me. It looks like she's made a choice.
Oh, sorry. Last but not least, we have Lily. Now listen up, because this could be your dream girl. She's sweet and sensitive, super affectionate. Life with Lily is anything but boring. She's got some tricks up her sleeve. Just toss her a treat, and she'll show you her stuff. Let's see her before shot.
There she is.
And come on out now, Lily. She's a little shy, so...
Sponsored in part by.
I figured out what I was going to do.
I'm going to be a priest.
For Halloween.
Alright everyone, good morning and welcome aboard the General Whaley. We are now embarking on our 2-hour, 10-mile round trip tour along the scenic Upper Dalles, the Wisconsin River, with our 2 land stops, one at the beautiful Witches Gulch and one at Stand Rock, where you'll get to see the amazing jumping German Shepherd of Juneau County. Now before we get going too far over, just a quick little check of how you guys are doing. On deck, how's it going down here? Alright, I'll take that. Back deck, can I get a little wave back there? Awesome. Top deck, I can't really hear or see you guys, so if you just want to give a little tap to your feet to make sure you're still up there. Awesome. Well, my name is Maddie, and I'm going to be your tour guide out here today. This is my second season out here on the boats. I just finished up my junior year here at the Wisconsin Dells High School, so this fall I will be a senior. But other than that, I'm a lifelong local here to the Dells, so if you guys have any questions about the river or about the area, feel free to ask. And if I don't know, I'm really good at making stuff up. But with that, I'll pass the mic off to our pilot. He's going to tell us a little bit more about himself and the rules.
Well, thank you, Maddie, and I also would like to welcome you folks on board the General Whaley. As far as rules and regs goes, pretty simple. We would ask, smoking on board the vessel. This includes vaping and e-cigarettes. Courtesy of your fellow passengers, there is a designated smoking area at our shore landing up the Witches Gulch. For the most part, remain seated when the boat is in motion. If you wish to stand momentarily, take a picture of the rock formation, something like that, you're welcome to do so. But then please return to your seats again as soon as possible. This is for your own safety, so you don't block anyone else's view. One hard and fast rule, and that is don't throw anything in the river. Now, closures, washouts, a raft guide on the Upper Colorado whitewater rafting between Shoshone and Newcastle. to the Glenwood Springs, Aspen area. Go to dinner boat up on Castle Rock Lake. That's the next dam upriver from here. And another dinner boat in, of all places, Des Moines, Iowa. A strange and terrible story involving a woman and the boat. Suffice it to say, I'm still friends with the woman, and the boat was floating when I left. People often ask me, what have you learned in all those years? How would you sum it up? Water is life. Hot water is civilization. Well, that pretty much covers what I got to say. At this point, we'll turn the microphone back over to Maddie. Let her go about the upper dells of Wisconsin.
We are riding on the Wisconsin River here. Gets its headwaters up in a beautiful lake called Lockgate is there on the northern Michigan-Wisconsin border. From there it flows diagonally across the state about 430 miles till it empties into the mighty Mississippi at Wyalusing State Park near Prairie du Chien. And along its course, this river drops in elevation about 1,100 feet, making it perfect for the production of hydroelectricity. There are 27 dams along the river, 6 of which are flood control, all the rest of them are hydroelectric. But the very first one of those was right behind us at our home docks as we left them. That is the Kilbourne Dam. You may see it as you were driving along today across the bridge at some point. It was built in 1908. When it was first built, all the electricity it harnessed wasn't really needed here. It was kind of like a stack of pancakes. Maybe it's just me, I might be a little hungry, but that is not stack of pancakes rock. That is chimney rock, as it is said to resemble an old stick and mortar chimney. It is the second most photographed rock formation out here on the Upper Dells. For our next rock formation, you would have to use your imagination just a little bit for this one. If you take a look directly in front of the boat and going to be to our right-hand shoreline here, you'll see a giant slab of flat rock coming up. If you can use your imagination to see a face in that rock, with the bird jutting out being a nose, the slit above as an eye, and the slit below as a mouth, even the four. Now, all the different rock formations you guys are going to be seeing out here today are all made up of the same kind of rock. They are all made of what's known as potassium or Cambrian sandstone. Now, the sandstone is extremely fragile. You could actually take a piece of it, crumble it between your fingers, and it would turn back into the sand that it formed from. It's also only found 4 places in the world. Potsdam, Germany, where it gets its name, Zurich, Switzerland, upstate New York, and right here in Wisconsin Dells being the largest deposit. Now, in these rocks, you'll see a lot of different colors like oranges, yellows, tans, even a few reds. Now, these all come from the different minerals found inside the rocks, like zinc, iron, copper, lead, manganese, and many more, giving all the nutrients these trees need to grow. Here so that the people on the other side of the boat can see it just as well. A little caution, if you're going to take a picture, I recommend holding on to your cameras and phones tightly. I learned that lesson the hard way my second day of work last year. Now, with the old riverbed and the path we're going to be taking called the Narrows, forms what's known as Blackhawks Island. It is the largest island out here on the Upper Dells at about 220 acres, and it's also home to all 106 native tree species to Wisconsin, making it perfect for research purposes, which is why it is owned by the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Now, I mentioned Blackhawk over at Blackhawk's profile, and now we'd be... What I said was, if they were guys, first one would be Pete, and the second one he'd be George, as I was trying to say. Sorry, Top Deck. Bottom Deck wanted me to keep repeating myself. for anywhere between 4 and 8 hours while he sat in the back underneath his umbrella just sipping some lemonade. We'd like to think we're a little more accommodating nowadays. Now coming up here, you'll see that other tour boat of ours. Now that is the Joliet, and their pilot's name is Vanessa. It's actually her birthday today. So when I say 3, we're all gonna shout happy birthday, Vanessa. All right? 1, 2, and 3. Happy birthday, Vanessa! It is not actually her birthday today. Her tour is probably very confused. Now coming up off in front of the boat and to our left-hand side here, you'll see where the old riverbed meets back up with the river, marking the coast of the 220-acre Black Hawk Island. We only saw about a quarter of it back in that area there. All the rest of it is along the old riverbed. And coming up off to our right-hand side, you'll see some concrete docks coming into view. Those lead into what's known as Coldwater Canyon. Coldwater Canyon used to be a stop along our tour. However, it made the tour about 3 hours long. And while we all know what happened last time someone took a 3-hour tour. Coldwater Canyon is still used today. However, it is only used for charters and our ghost boat tour, which is a whole lot of fun. We're going to be running them every night for the rest of the summer here. So if you guys are looking for something fun to do tonight, I do highly recommend the ghost boat tour.